What is money? What exactly is money? For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Money would just bring out your tendencies, like who you are, really show when you have a lot of resources.
Some people come in here and just dabble into credit cards, dabble into loans, dabble into whatever the financial institution offer to them, right? All because it is so available.
We should not shy away from these discussions.
Are you in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s planning to move to Canada? Or even you are here in Canada and also thinking about retirement? These are the few things you need to consider before moving to Canada. We'll be talking about things you need to consider before moving to Canada, or even if you are here in Canada, things you need to consider before retirement. All these we'll be talking about in this video. Let's dive in.
Hi there, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Kike.
My name is Ezekiel.
And we are the Adeles. Welcome to Money CPR, where we talk about tips on how to win with money. And in today's video, like my husband rightly said, we'll be talking about some things that you need to know about money and finances, especially if you are planning to move to Canada or if you're a newcomer to Canada. And this would apply to anyone in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever age group you may belong, and you're, making or planning to relocate, right? Yeah. Money is something we need to understand, and how money works in the Western part, right? So yeah. So welcome to the channel.
And also considering that we are Christians, we need to change our mentality about how we think about money. Let's quickly dive in. How do we define money? What is money? What exactly is money?
For me, I would say money is what you get in exchange for the value that you give. So you have to have something to present. It could be your time.
Yeah.
It could be your knowledge, your expertise, right? So, and in exchange for all that, you get money.
You get money. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's very simple. What money is. But then, so many people think money is the root of all evil. That's what most people say. But then the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. When we put money into your hands, then we know who you are, right? Money is not actually evil, or money is not righteousness. Money is just moral. It's just moral. Until we put money into your hands, then we will know the kind of person you are. Not having money right now, or not being endowed with a lot of money, we might not know your true self. But then when money comes into your hand, then we know who you are. Then that we know who you are. It's either use it for evil things or for things that are good, right? So money is so mysterious. So we Christians, we have to find a way to kind of demystify it, right? So we'll be talking about money. We'll be talking about what you need to consider about money, because you want to live your life when you retire, as well as right now. You don't have to wait until retirement before you live a good life, right? These are the things that you need to consider, either you are in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, or even here in Canada. So that's what the Bible says about money, right? So is there anything you want to add to that?
Money is, like you rightly said, is not the root of all evil. It's the love, right? And also, money would just bring out your tendencies. So those things are already like who you are, really show when you have a lot of resources at your disposal, right? So that's very important to keep in mind. And also, as Christians, I believe we should not shy away from these discussions, because at the end of the day, some people may think, oh, because you're talking about money, see this pastor and his wife, they're talking about money, that means they love money. And they will do anything to get money. But when you think about it deeply, you realize that, okay, you have a job and you probably work 40 hours, at least if you have a full-time job. 40 hours per week, that's about 8 hours in a day, right? And at the end of the day, what you want to get is a paycheck for the most part, right? What most Christians want to get from their job is a paycheck at the end of the month, or maybe every 2 weeks. So that tells me that money is important. Like if you're willing to sacrifice 8 hours of your day,
Yeah.
40 hours of your week,
Your lifetime.
of your life to earning a paycheck, you know, that's significant. Yes. And it's important to have these discussions, right? Not to shy away from them as Christians.
Yeah, it is very, 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 very important to have this discussion. Even the Bible, there are a lot of places in the Bible that money is being mentioned. Over 2,000 verses in the Bible talks about money, and Jesus Christ, over a quarter, I mean 3/4 of what it says in the Bible was of the parables rather. It was about money, So how we use this money is what actually matters. So thinking about that, if you want to move out of your country, you want to move out of Nigeria. We are originally from Nigeria. We've been doing a lot of research.
It's obvious.
Yeah, a lot of research is, about people moving out of Nigeria and coming here to Canada, selling all they have back home and moving here, starting all over, all because of money. Some people say it's because of money. Some people say because of to lead a good life.
Stability.
Exactly. Yeah, stability. Thank you. So there are a few things you need to put into consideration actually before moving here, right? So if you are in your 30s, you really need to, you can move here in your 40s, you can move here in your 50s, you can move here in any age that you are, you can move here. But then there are things you need to consider. Say you are in your 50s right now and you are in Nigeria, you need to think properly. What am I earning right now? The money that I have right now, the job that I have right now, what am I investing it into? If I move right there, how am I going to start all over? Remember that when you get here, you start contributing to your RSP. That might not be enough because you might have just 15 years left for you to work here, and that might not actually be on your side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about investing, time is really the magical factor, right? Time is what does the magic when it comes to compounding. So the earlier you start, the better. But then if you're starting later in life, if you're starting to contribute to your IRS or TFSC or whatnot, later in life, say like in your 40s, you really don't have too much time on your side, right? So that's something to keep in mind. You would have to put in a lot of money, into your retirement account to retire comfortably. Some people decide to buy a property, right? Buy one, just their primary residence, and they kind of wait and just they see that as their retirement portfolio, or what would you call it? Like their retirement, their retirement portfolio. And honestly, it depends on where the property is, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you may be disappointed.
Yeah.
You may be disappointed. So it's very important to, real estate is good, right? It's very good. It has its own place.
Yeah.
But also check other vehicles that you can invest in for a comfortable retirement. And your age will play a big role in this. Yeah, I'm even thinking now of, think about people who come to Canada as students. Not even as permanent residents now, like as students. It can be very rough, honestly.
Yeah,
it can be very, very rough. A lot of planning is needed for sure.
Yeah, it can be very rough. Some people come in here and just dabble into credit cards, dabble into loans, dabble into whatever the financial institution offer to them, right? All because it is so available. That is actually what happened to us when we moved here.
Yeah.
I moved here in my early 30s, and without any financial knowledge, we just keep dabbling into debt. When our financial institution offer us a credit limit, increase it, we take it and we spend it. We go on vacation on credit card. We do so many things on credit cards. We acquired a lot of debt, right? Our debt was so much in such a way that we couldn't handle it, and it caused a kind of depression for myself actually. And thank God, right now we're able to get out of debt, and we've been able to pay that off in year 2022, right?
Yeah. So when it comes to credit, please just use credit responsibly. Yeah, that's one thing I wish we knew before coming here that I would like to share with you right now. Anyone who's planning to come, who's already here and, somewhat, struggling. Yeah, so it's very important to know how credit works here. At the end of the day, that credit card that you're tapping, it's a loan. It's a loan that you have to pay back, and you always have to keep that in mind. If you miss that payment, guess what? You're gonna get hit with a high interest. You're talking in the high 20s, sometimes 30s, depending on your credit score. Yeah. So know how credit works and use credit wisely. Yeah, that's my biggest advice right there.
Yeah, not all credit card that is being thrown at you that you will take. It can actually work against you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because compounding, as much as compounding can work for you, it can work against you as well, right? So
yeah. So right now, let's quickly talk about lifestyle inflation. But before we go into that, I quickly want to tell you, please, if you've been watching this video, please do not hesitate to click the subscribe button, like, and share this video. God bless you as you do that. So let's quickly talk about lifestyle inflation. Some people, when they move to Canada, or even when they are here, take for example, Mr. John has been earning $15 an hour, and all of a sudden he got an increase. He got another job, and he started getting $20 an hour. So he thinks, oh, I'm rich. What do you think about that? I know many Canadians fall for this, right?
yeah, it's a big trap that many of us, even us, we're falling into that trial. Lifestyle inflation. Yeah, honestly, just try as much as possible to live below your means, okay? I know, well, back where we came from in Nigeria, right? There's a lot of luxury and all that, right? I don't know, is it easier to make money in Nigeria than here? I don't know, to be honest, because I came here in my early 20s. So yeah, I've actually lived most of my adult life in Canada, right? So, but yeah, drop it in the comments. Like, do you think is it easier to make money in Nigeria, or maybe your home country, wherever you're watching from, than Canada? Like, if you've been here for a while. Anyways, so try and live below your means, okay? Try and live below your means. You may have to make a lot of adjustments when you come here. So please keep that at the back of your mind. And remember, like, taxes too. Like, apart from taxes being deducted at source, if you're an employee, maybe you get, of course, like as a newcomer, most of us, we start by getting a job, right? Keep in mind that taxes will be deducted at source. And other deductions as well. So apart from that, you also have taxes that you pay. So we have GSTs, PSTs, HSTs, and whatnot, right? It can go as high as 11%, right? So you have to keep that in mind as well. So make sure you plan your life based on your net income, not on your gross income. I cannot overemphasize that. Plan your life based on your net income, not your gross income, so that you won't just be living to pay bills, right? So that you can live a little even after your bills are paid already. So yeah, live below your means, absolutely.
Yeah, I know we're talking about living below your net income, not your gross income. Some people actually think, oh, I'm earning $40 an hour, so it gets stuck in their head that it's $40, right? Unknowingly that it's actually around $28 or $30 that is coming into your pocket, right? So you really have to be you really need to be, even before it gets to you, it's just $28-$30 that you get. And in that $28-$30, you still need to pay taxes on few things you'll be buying around the city. So meanwhile, back home in Nigeria, you don't pay all this, right? You pay taxes, right? But then not as much as it is right here. So think about all this before you move in here. And even if you are here, you need to plan your life around your net income, not your gross income. So another thing I quickly want us to talk about before we begin to wrap up is your pay stub. I know so many people just after working for 2 weeks, the money comes in, boom, it's in the account. They're smiling, pay all their bills and all that. They don't even bother to take their pay stub, and yeah. So what do you have to say there about about pay stub?
Always check your pay stub, okay? Don't blindly trust your payroll officer that they've clocked in all the hours that you worked, right? And you're getting paid the actual amount. So always cross check. So check your regular earnings. If you work any overtime, check. Make sure the right deductions are being deducted.
Yeah.
Just so you're not just working just for the sake of working, right? So you want to make sure you're on track.
Yeah.
Also get familiar.
Mhm.
Get familiar with your pay stub.
Yeah.
Many people, they have all these deductions and they don't even know, okay, what is this one for? I always check. I know what's going into my union. I know what's going to CPP, that's Canada Pension Plan. I know what's going into my my employer's RRSP or pension match. So you want to keep track of those things, right? And make sure every hour that you worked is being accounted for and you're paid correctly.
Rightly. Thank you so much. Yeah, so many people after getting the money, they don't even check the pay stub, right? Yeah, and there are times when you work overtime, right? And the HR,
payroll, your payroll, like they are humans.
Yeah, they are humans, right? Maybe you work 30 hours overtime extra on top of your 40 hours and they put in there 22 hours, right? But for you not checking your pay stub, you would not, there's no way you would know, right? But then if you check your pay stub, you tend to go back to them and let them know that they're missing some hours. So don't stop cheating yourself. Be on top of your game. Always check your pay stub. Always check your pay stub. So these are the few things I would quickly want to talk about, like to talk about in this video. Please, if you found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Is there any last word you have for our viewers?
So if you'd like to know the ultimate payday routine, we've been talking about, when your income comes, what you should be doing and all that, how money works and all that, right? Make sure you check our last video where we talked about how to budget and, what's the ideal payday routine that you should have so that you're covering all your expenses and you're still having some money for your guilt-free spending. Check out that video.